Hi everyone, I'm Sunny and today's video is going to be about why are you creepy. I have 4 piles you guys can choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I forgot about that one. So if you need more time, you're more than welcome to pause the video. Otherwise, I will start with the first selection. So remember guys, take this in good fun and not so much as a personal attack, as I like doing the spookier, weirder types of readings on October because it's the spooky month and it's funner. And normally I sometimes do them throughout the year too, but I like to concentrate them specifically on October. So for pile number 1, you guys have the 8 of Pentacles upright. So pile number 1. Let me see if I can switch the light a bit because I feel it's kind of, I don't know why the light just started. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah, I think it's cute. Plus the dark horse looks spookier. So pile number 1, sorry for the interruption, but you guys have the 8 of Pentacles upright. So why are you creepy? Pile number 1, I think it has to do with the fact that you work a lot, and people might think of you like a robot. People think, oh, like this person doesn't do anything else but just work. And that can it doesn't bother people the way you think it does, but it kind of makes them wonder, like, do you do anything outside of work? Or do you do anything to loosen up and let go, or you're not so rigid? It just feels like robotic, monotone maybe too, but I just feel like this is the kind of person who's sitting in a desk just stamping and going back to the little pad of ink, and then taking it and then back to papers, and just staring at one place and just one location at once, right? Or at one time. But it's you have this redundancy that creeps people out. And that's not bad. It's just that it's not like you get to pick and choose what you do or what your duties are at the field, right? Or at your job, or wherever you're with your friends. But it feels like you just have at 6 a.m. I wake up and I brush my teeth. Exactly at 6:15 I go serve myself granola, and then at 6:30 I go hit the gym, and then I go to work at 7:30, and that's my day. And then I continue, it just feels like you have this sort of vibe that kind of makes them wonder, what are they up to? Do they I don't want to say it's it reminds me of American Psycho, but I think of Christian Bale's character. and it just feels like you don't like to get out of if you get a little a little not you, like the Snickers ad, when you get out of that routine, it makes you turn imagine slow motion to people you unleash the monster. So that's why it can be a little bit creepy to people, is the fact that you might always have this consistency or this work ethic of being responsible and stuff, but it can make them feel a little I can't get through them in any way. I don't know how to loosen them up or make them feel like they're having a good time. I know they're having it, they're okay, they're having that kind of good time of I feel comfortable, but I don't know how to make them feel like they're having fun. Getting you out of that is kind of difficult. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1. That's why you're creepy to them, or whoever thinks about you in that way. So pile number 2, you guys have the 4 of Cups upright. So why do people think of you like a creepy person? The fact that you have maybe endless confessions or crushes, not necessarily from your part but from other people to you, and they're she or he has not settled, or they have not gotten with anybody. Why is that? What is that exception? Not exception. Is it the exception? What is your what's your downfall? You seem like a great catch, but why are you sulking, or why are you not even considering options? Maybe it's just that they think you could be a little prickly, and that's creepy to them. How it might seem simple to you, but some people don't like necessarily to deal with people that are fickle. It could be because they could be reminded of like how they are with their parents, or like how they have a lot of expectations and they just don't want to receive that from a partner. So maybe they make up stories about you or your lovers. They make them like pretty far-fetched like ideas, like oh yeah, this person, like they totally they went to that sketchy part of town and they were buying those things to use to smoke or drink or something, I don't know, and they lost it, like and ever since then, like they've never been the same. Like I don't know, they make up wacky type of like scenarios where somehow you seem like the not the crazy one, but like a really edgy type of person than compared to how you really are, or not edgy necessarily, but like a very completely different persona from what you're what you are. And it could be you just being like lonely or just like peaceful at your own peace, within your own energy. Or maybe they think like they make up rumors like, oh, this person, they're antisocial, or like they have like weird personality disorders or something. Like they like to make up their ideas, and they kind of like kind of thing between each other. So they might just gossip, and you might I feel like Belle, I think I might have used this example in one previous reading, I don't know where, I don't know how, but when the movie starts and she's walking down the city and everybody's like, she's a beauty but she's funny, that girl is Belle, or something like that. And even if you're a guy, it could be like that, where people might make up like their mind about you, like to be a certain way when you're really not. And that's why they either feel that that's why you reject people, because you're just like picky or high maintenance or weird, or they might make rumors about the connections you've been with or have not been with, and somehow they still make up like they connect the dots, like, oh yeah, this person has dated really weird people. That could be it too. So to them it's creepy, to you it's like, where does that even come off from? Like where are you getting this information? You guys are just like you guys are judging a book by its cover, when you could just be someone that likes to read. For example, you could be a bookworm. I think of Belle too. It's like you could be a bookworm and you just rather read in quiet and not really consider the people that are crushing on you. It's like, why? That could be a potential interest for you at some point, but not in this moment in time. And that's why it's creepy to them. It's like, why aren't they like quote unquote normal, or like normal dating stuff? Like, why? Like why are they interested? Because it's like not their business. It's like every person's different. So that's why people think you're creepy. Pile number 2. Pile number 3, you guys have the moon card reversed. So pile number 3, why do people think you're creepy? I think maybe I should just separate them because it looks cooler like that. I just like my dark horse being in the middle. It's my favorite little horse. Anyways. Pile number 3, why people think you're creepy. It's the fact that you kind of give them a hard time in figuring you out. Maybe you have like a poker face, and that kind of makes them uncomfortable. I know, I want to sing the poker face, but yeah, I don't have a great voice. I think I've expressed that in several videos. Like I've tried that. It's not my thing. But yeah, I do think that maybe that's what makes them feel uncomfortable. Like they make me think like, oh, imagine if this person was like a doll. Like maybe not that you have like this beautiful face. It's pretty average, but somehow it's not a very expressive face that's like, if you're upset, you're gonna be like frowning really bad, like, yeah, I'm angry. Or if you're happy, you're ecstatic, and like your eyebrows are like lifted up and like you're smiling. Like that's happy, right? Like it's not a face that's constantly moving towards it's not a very reactive face, but it's very, I don't want to say monotone, but it's very consistent. That's a better way of saying it. And maybe that scares them. It's the fact that maybe people around you are like, imagine if like, I always think of like YouTube icons, or like the title stuff, I forgot what they're called, but basically when you click on videos, like clickbait stuff, surprise face, surprise, and I know you can't see me, but like I'm doing a surprise face, or like a like upset face, and they're like pouting and angry or something, like you're not that kind of person, and that's creepy to them because they do that more often. They're more like they're like happy, sad, mad, upset, sad. Like they move around a lot more than what they compare that in comparison to you. And that's not weird, but it's creepy to them, right? So it can be like that. And like reading you might sometimes be easy, but you don't let them have it. It feels like you snatch that away from them. It's like, nope, that's my truth. I get to say what I want in my way, and you don't get to say that. Like, you don't get to know what I'm about. It's like you thrive in the mystery, and you like to be a little bit more private, and that's why it's like a little bit more difficult for people to read you. But it makes it fun for you. I think you might know this, but you don't even bother like trying to clarifying it because it's not something you really like care about. And it's interesting in the way where you're good at giving the illusion that like you're one way, like maybe you can be mysterious and alluring, and that's creepy to them. It's like, what is this person doing alone, or what is this person doing all the time? Like they're always like out and about, and they're always having like very, not pictorial pictures, but imagine you like taking pictures in like really interesting places or unique color compositions, and they're like, who is she like behind closed doors, or who is she or who is he behind like that like 9-to-5 job? Like they're very different people, and you just like giving the illusion that it can be much more than it is, when in reality you could be a very creative person, and you just like to play with the entity of what they create, right? So keep in mind that's just like a general reading, but more or less the creepiness, what they think of you is just like you could easily scare people to other like with just how minimal your reactions are. And that's why they're like, I don't want to hang out with that person, I don't want to be close to that person. Like, no. Like I'll be like imagine people coming up to you and they're trying to get conversations out of you and like being like nosy to some extent, and you're just like, yes, no, I'm okay, it was all right, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. Like it's just so simple and brief that it doesn't leave space for other than not much facts and just speculation of who you really are behind closed doors. So thank you, pile number 3. Next is pile number 4. You guys have the Chariot reversed. So pile number 4, I forgot to show you. Wow, I really like the colors between my horse and the Chariot. It's cute, very complimentary. So I think that people can think you're creepy, and I should have said this for the previous pile, by the way. If you were interested in the previous pile, I do think that you might be someone that might dress a certain way, like a bit more colorful, but then people might think you might be like darks and stuff when you really aren't. It's just depending on your mood is how you dress. And for this pile, I feel that it can be someone that's like you like to you could wear those moody colors, but I feel for this pile that it's like, imagine like if you had to put yourself in like the fashion sense, I think of you as wearing like the black white pattern. I don't know how to say that, but it's a black and white gray pattern, imagine. Or like, it doesn't have to be that, it could be a two-tone color like palette, and you stick to it and it's like your aesthetic, but it's very particular and they cannot automatically like pinpoint you. And overall, I feel that maybe the creepiness to you is how maybe not as enthusiastic. How can I say this? I think maybe you aren't as, like, when I have to compare you with other people, you don't show the same type of enthusiasm, and that's not bad. It's not that you're unmotivated, but it looks like it appears so to people. Like, oh, this person's really not motivated by anything. They just kind of like stay there. Or they're the person that's like that's like in the bleachers sitting down all the time, and like they're not really moving, or they're just kind of listening to music, or they're on their notebook or something. or their phone. It could be like that, or almost like too cool for school. Or maybe you're like the person who's not in those important cliques. Like imagine if even if you were like in a school setting, like, or like a work setting, you're not the person that's like in the group. You're just kind of like an outsider, and that's why people think it's creepy. It's like you never try to purposely integrate or take charge, like try to motivate yourself to do something. It's just like there's an indifference to you, and that's creepy to them. They can't quite pinpoint where to put you, because it's like it's not that you're rude either, and you're kind of to yourself. You're more like a loner type, a solo type, but it's not like a sad person. It doesn't pick up on this. It feels like you are motivated just to be by yourself. You purposely avoid people. A bit of an antisocial person, and that's creepy to them, because it's like, why is this person not trying to be with us, or why is this person not trying to be part of the group? Like, we extend like the hand, and they're just like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, are you sure? Like, you don't want to hang out? You don't want to go eat with us? And you're just like, no, I'm okay, thank you. Like, it just feels like that kind of standoffish vibe, and people are like, but I don't get this person. Like, this person's nice, but I can't get through them. They're a little bit they just really like being alone. Like, I don't know how to best say that, but I just feel like that's what they find creepy. They can't change your mind, and that's like a stubborn, it feels like it's a stubborn energy of like, alone. I enjoy that, thank you. So that's why you're creepy pile number 4. It's like they can't really get to like through you to like put some effort in trying to like be part of a clique, or do stuff to feel good, or take you out, and it's like, you're like, I'm fine at home, I'm fine here, like I don't need to do that. Like, there's no motivation, no enthusiasm, and that's what's like creepy to them. It's like, why? This is fun, everybody likes this. Or like, everybody likes pizza, why don't you want to eat pizza? And you're like, I'm not into pizza. Something so simple as that could be like, this person's weird. Like, it can be very simple things that can make people feel that you're not part of the group. Not so much like a team player, but just an outsider. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in a different video. So bye, everybody.